Today on Bryce in Motion, we are talking about the Cormaro project, where it started, where it's going. So let's bring it back.
COVID.
So COVID happened. I think it was March 17th is, for whatever reason, that date sticks in my head.
St. Patrick's Day.
Is that St. Patrick's Day?
Sticks in my head too.
Really? Oh, so maybe that's what I remember. So we heard they were locking everyone down for COVID. So my business mind said, "Holy crap, we need to get a bunch of work in the shop. That way, if work stops coming in because people are on lockdown, then we at least have some stuff to do." So I called a bunch of friends. "Hey, do you have any restorations?" Because those are really time consuming. Restoration work is a very small percentage of our business, like less than 1%. So I took on 4 projects, one of them being a 34 Dodge dump truck. So we got the truck after a lot of the metal work had been done, and our job was to finish it, except put it together. We used a company to put it together for us. There's a picture. It's super cool. There's no parts for it. Everything had to be handmade. At the end, the company owed me about $20,000 for all the work we had done. And in the corner of their shop, there was this dusty Camaro, and it was on a frame rolling table. So I brought Amy over to take a look at it because, what's your favorite car?
The 67 Camaro.
So it was like, "Oh, babe, this is something that I can build for you."
It was beautiful.
And then we cut it up.
Yes.
So
he still owes me one.
I owe her a yellow 67 Camaro.
Yes.
Convertible or hardtop? Do you care?
No, hardtop.
Hardtop. So right there that reminds me, that is one of the reasons I cut it up, because you want a hardtop. So anyway.
Oh yeah, because it was.
So we worked the deal out with my friend to trade the bit of our labor for this Camaro. And then it sat in the Connex for 3 years.
Yeah.
And money was tight. We were super busy. But a project like that takes so much money. And so we saved and saved and saved. Well, then Novocaine sold at, I think it was Barrett Jackson in, I believe it was 22, at the end of 22. And it was a cool built in Guthrie.
Sorry, I was making sure the dog was inside. She likes to chase rabbits, so.
Novocaine brought, I think it was 300 and some change. And the transmission was right behind the motor, where everyone puts it. And I thought, well, what if we buy a Corvette and mount this Camaro on top of it? Hindsight, I wish I would have done a Chevelle. A little bit bigger body would have helped us a lot. So I start doing research, and I'm told the wheelbase is similar but not correct. And we would have to move the motor forward, and you're not supposed to stretch the torque tube, or it's not possible to do. There is a company that does the C3 Corvettes, but nothing above that. So we knew going into it there was some risk. So I started looking on Insurance Auto Auction for a Corvette that would be a good donor car. And we found it, actually local. I only had to drive 2 hours to get it. And we found one that I believe it was in the third car garage when the house caught on fire. It had melt damage, but not, you can tell it hadn't really been on fire. Everything was just melted there in place. And of course, the water damage from the firemen doing their thing. So we get it back to the shop. I hired 2 separate body men to disassemble the vehicle and get it ready for the body to go on top of it. Both of those body men quit within 2 weeks because this is not the typical project. And so then we put an ad out again for a fabricator. At this point, I'm not looking for a body man. I'm looking for a fab guy. And I find the unicorn, a guy named Bill that has been a fabricator. He's been a teacher, taught the welding class, which means he can pass a background check because we background check our employees, and a lot of fabricators can't pass a background check. So my kids and my wife are at the shop quite a bit, and I have to make sure that our guys are safe for them, of course. So anyway, so Bill has been with us for a little over 2 years, and you'll see there's a video. I actually worked a Saturday right at 2 years ago. I took the Corvette body off, left the subframes, And just because I had to see what it would look like. I lowered the Camaro down on top of the Corvette body. And of course, it was still 2 feet above the wheels. It didn't look right, but it kind of got me the vision. And then I fell in love. And we had to open the checkbook. It got expensive
Yes.
after that.
Oh, very.
So origin from the Dodge dump truck to the where we are now is drastic. We didn't have a social media guy at the time, so the videos are terrible, the pictures are terrible. So we're going to put some of that stuff out there for you guys to look at the progress. A couple key milestones. We had to widen the car twice. We had to wait 2 years on wheels to be made, and one of them is bent right out of the box. So now the wheel company, which I am so tempted to name, will not return my emails or my calls to fix the bent wheel. It is not good business practice, so maybe they will see this and get it fixed. We custom ordered $4,000 wheels, and one of them will never go down the road. So,
how long has it been since you reached out to get the new wheel?
10 or so emails over 6 months.
6 months?
Doesn't look good.
No.
It does not look good. And I've called at least 3 times.
Maybe the next video mention their name if they haven't reached out.
That's a good idea. So we have the wheels figured out. I told you guys in a previous video we had to move the offset in 5 millimeters to keep from having to widen the body again. So you'll see there's pictures of certain style lines where we use the factory fenders, and then the wheel people couldn't get the wheels in as far as I wanted them. So we added the flares and kind of gave it a wide body kit. And it's also a much more modern look. We like that. It gives it the street rod type of feel. So then once it went over to Blaine's shop is when things started getting wild. The supercharger, redoing the steering, him trying to get us to do a manual transmission, which, guys, I like an automatic. I'm not gonna lie, like, it sounds fun to shift gears, but an automatic's it's where it's at. So he also has the AC figured out. That's something that scares the heck out of me. I'm a body man. I'm not a mechanic or an AC guy. I know just enough to be dangerous.
Did you mention selling the project and having to pay it back too?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Because he originally sold the Cormaro, and we just paid it off, right? From the guy, or paid the guy back.
So in the process of this Camaro sitting in the shop, at one point it was staged up in front of my toolbox. I thought if I put it there that I would work on it. That didn't happen. I got busy and did not. But one of my friends walked to the shop and said, I want to buy that car. And I said, man, here's what we're going to do. Here's this. And he fell in love. And a lot of the stylistic choices came from my friend. And he started making $10,000 payments on the vehicle every month. And I told him, hey, I'm really uncomfortable with this. I've never financed a project like this, but we're really good friends, so I know it'll work out. So we kept track of our time, we kept track of materials, and he paid quite a bit. It was over $80,000 toward the project. And through multiple conversations, I told him, if you ever want to back out, I understand. This project has never been done before. We don't know what we're doing. We're just doing it. And about 8 months ago, he reached out and said, hey, my daughter's getting married. I could really use some cash. And I said, well, can I buy the Camaro back from you? I'm the one that brought it up. And he just, yes, please. Like, this would help me out so much if he bought it back.
Yeah.
And I said, well, hey, remember our discussion that if I do buy it back, that I will pay you in the same increments that you paid me. And of course, we're still really good friends. It's all worked out. I paid him back almost the exact schedule. It hurts to give that money back, but ultimately it's the right thing to do. And it's paid off, and the car is now officially ours again. Even though the title never switched hands, it was super handshake deal, which is the kind of business that we do. And of course, we held up our end of the bargain. So one thing I would like to mention, you'll see in the pictures, we built this car out of cardboard multiple times. Bill would tape cardboard all over it, and then we would step back 45 feet or 50 feet and look at it. And I'd grab her, what do you think about this? And she'd say, oh, that scoop looks crooked. And so we'd fix this, we'd fix that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with getting out cardboard and scissors and making your dream at least tangible in that way.
Yeah.
It helped us visually. There's some really cool pictures of Bill being himself. You can always tell when Bill is thinking. There will be doodles over everything that he's doing. And we thought about putting a scoop in the front. Yes, yeah, you can't hardly tell. Here, there is a picture of the Camaro in bodywork the first time. The main difference you'll see is the flare arches on the wheel. The later version, the second time we widened it, the lip got quite large, like a modern car. The original one is the small 67 Camaro wheel lip. So there's a picture of us mocking up the engine in front of the car. That's us just getting the ballpark of where does this motor need to sit in relationship to the transmission for us to lengthen that torque tube. It cost about $3,000 at a machine shop to get the torque tube lengthened. I don't know if I told her about that. No. I don't think I'd ever mentioned that to her.
I need to add up all these receipts.
And she controls the QuickBooks, so she could.
I'll look at that tomorrow.
No.
I'm going up there.
So, and that now what we have left is some aluminum brackets that help center and line up the torque tube for us to weld. So we've thought about lengthening torque tubes on Corvettes, because if I figured it out, why not market that? So if there is a need, guys, private message us. I'm not opposed to making your project dream come true, even if it's on that small scale. I mean, lengthening a torque tube would be a week and a half of work for us, but it would make your project move forward, especially when there's so many haters out there saying you can't do it, it can't be done, don't even try, don't waste your time. Guys, we did it. We haven't started the car yet.
You are one of a kind.
I'm one of a kind. Let's keep that in mind. We did it, but it's not done. So if you guys notice in the pictures, the car went from black parts on it to primer gray to Bondo showing to primer gray. Now it's blue. So you might be wondering what happened from here to there. So due to the age of our kids, I took a break from doing car shows and extracurricular activities. I want to be a good dad. That's a huge part of my life, is being a good husband, being a good dad. And
you're a good dad.
Thank you.
And a husband.
I am. Oh, so I'm a good dad, but I'm just a husband.
I mean, a good husband too.
So I felt really selfish doing that stuff while the kids were little. When I'm home, I try to be home by 5:30 every night, and I try to be dad. Tired. I don't always succeed, but I try to be here and I try to be present. So when it was last year, there's a point in childhood where your parents get a little more freedom. So last year, I think that's when it hit. We went to a Coffee and Cars as a family. The next Coffee and Cars, I brought the Cormaro out. It was primer gray. And keep in mind, we roughed in the bodywork, primed it gray, went to Coffee and Cars. The morning of Coffee and Cars, I put black guide coat on it because I didn't like how lumpy it was. So the next month, the day before Coffee and Cars, I put 3 body men on it. They blocked it, reprimed it. And I went to the painter and said, hey, put some color in the primer. I don't even care, just something. And he just went to the mixing bank, gooped some blue in the gray primer, and we have this awesome color. Yeah. Blue's my favorite color. Amy thinks it should be yellow.
I prefer yellow.
But if this car's yellow, how could I have your car yellow?
I don't have a car.
You will have one.
I don't have one though. I don't have a 6'7" Camaro. I had to. It was right there.
Yeah, and we have kids that
they're in that stage.
Oh, it's bad.
Oh, it's bad.
So
Yeah.
bad.
But then we started doing it, and they stopped doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Reverse engineer this thing. So guys, there's a huge difference from where this project has come and where it's going. Now it's over at Blaine's shop. Getting all the magic stuff happening to it. It's getting all the magic stuff happening. I don't like that. There's a bunch of magic stuff happening over at Blaine's shop. So we want to keep you up to date. We want to give you guys a hook so you follow along. And keep in mind, this is just us. We don't know what we're doing. If you guys have questions or comments, Or if we're doing something wrong, guys, let's go. I don't mind engaging with you. I'm going to do it respectfully. Please do it respectfully with us. We're doing the best we can with what we have. For example, the fenders, they're handmade. The quarter panels are handmade. No piece of metal is bigger than a foot. We took it, we cut metal, hammered it, welded it, hammered, welded, hammered, welded. There's no Bondo fingers inside this car. Everything's epoxy primer. I don't know what more you want. So we're trying to do things right. If you guys want to see more, like, subscribe, give us some comments. That helps us a ton. The engagement of the feedback. And of course, we are right there to reply. But mainly, if there's something you guys want to see, like, hey, what does the structure look like under the car? Let's go. We'll put this thing on a lift and I'll get you guys a video of the underside. You know, if that excites anyone, put it in the comments. You have anything, babe? Yellow 67 Camaro?
I just want that.
That's it. If somebody has a yellow 67 Camaro
for sale, let me know.
Here's my rules. I want it to be LS swapped already. I don't want to do I don't care that it was a factory something with a something and a something. I don't care. I want it to be yellow with an LS because when she gets in it, I want it to start every time. So if somebody has something, we are kind of looking, but we're also kind of spending a lot of money on this other one. So she says it's worth it.
It's worth it.
6, 7 Camaros.
Yeah, deal. Is that good?
Yeah.
Done.
Nice.